Health editor Jennifer Beshwani joins us now on the desk. Jen, an incredibly sad day, not just for Richard's family and friends, but the entire country. Yeah. We've lost an extraordinary man.
We absolutely have, Tash. Professor Richard Scolyer was many things. He was a pioneering cancer researcher. He was a mentor, a devoted husband and father, and of course one of Australia's most respected medical figures. But perhaps his greatest final contribution was as a patient. Diagnosed with an aggressive glioblastoma in May 2023, Professor Scolyer turned his own battle into a scientific trial. Working alongside Professor Georgina Long, he became the first person in the world to receive an experimental treatment based on his own melanoma research. He spent decades developing. The former Australian of the Year died yesterday, surrounded by his family, his brother-in-law sharing this statement a short time ago.
Yesterday, we lost a cherished husband, dad, son, brother and friend, and a wonderful Australian. After difficult 3 years with brain cancer, Richard passed away peacefully, surrounded by his wife Katie and children Emily, Matthew and Lucy. Richard was talented, passionate, selfless and loyal. His family meant everything to him, and his passing has left a big hole in our lives.
And Jen, tell us about Richard's extraordinary legacy, because he has made and will continue to make such a difference to so many lives.
Absolutely. A career spanning more than 35 years, he helped transform melanoma from what was often a death sentence into a disease many patients can now survive. His groundbreaking work trialled giving immunotherapy drugs before surgery, allowing the body to fight off the cancer first, then surgery to remove the tumour. He authored more than 1,000 scientific publications. He advised the World Health Organization, mentored generations of cancer doctors and established what became the world's largest melanoma biobank. Now, his name will live on at the Sydney's Chris O'Brien Lifehouse, where they'll progress brain cancer research and treatment in his name. Today, tributes flooded in from the scientific community and leaders. Here's the Prime Minister.
Professor Scolyer walked his uncertain path, as he called it, with courage, determination and grace, and his legacy will always be with us. The recently established Richard Scolyer Chair at the Chris O'Brien Lifehouse proudly bears his name, and one day when a cure is found, Richard's name will be spoken. The hearts of all Australians go out to his wife, Dr. Katie Nicholl, who I spoke with this morning and offered a state funeral for Professor Scolyer, which has been accepted.
Richard Scolyer penned a letter to the Australian public. Published after his death, he wrote, "Perhaps the greatest lesson to come from these last 3 years is that cancer does not define us. It may be the current road we are travelling, but it is not our entire journey. If my legacy was to continue beyond these words, I would be delighted and humbled to be remembered as a proud, everyday Aussie who gave it a crack, and in doing so, inspired others to pursue their dreams and passions with humility, love and compassion." He goes on to say, and I think this line really stood out, Tash. He says, "I have always been driven by the belief that we all have a responsibility to try and change the future for others and leave the world a better place." Now, this world is certainly a better place because of Professor Richard Scolyer.
It is indeed, Jen. Thanks so much for joining us. An enormous loss for our country. Thank you so much.